Another secret of doubles is learn to recognize when an opposing team is hitting a shot over and over successfully, putting you in trouble. There are ways to counter that and take that shot away. Again, one of the biggest secrets of doubles is to force your opponent to hit a shot you want them to hit. So if we're in a standard doubles alignment, I'm playing the net, Jason's serving, and let's say Riley's been hitting cross court after cross court, putting us in trouble. The netman's been taking ball after ball. We need to counter that. So in this situation, we can go to an Australian format, which is an I formation, which now I take away the cross court return. I'm standing right here. Riley's not going to go cross court anymore, because if he does, I take out his opponent. So now I force my opponent to hit a shot different, in this case down the line, and I can add to this by using signals to tell my partner I may cover the down the line as a poach. So I may use a signal like a closed fist, which tells him I'm going to stay on this side. So it forces him to hit that backhand down the line. Or I may do an open fist, which after the, and then I go ahead and poach and try to take that shot away as well. Again, all these things add up to one thing: making that opponent hit the shot that we want them to hit. A lot of times a player will poach and they won't get that nice high volley that we love to hit through the netman's feet. We get a low shot that's dipping, a softer ball, and I see players try to get this ball. They have to hit up to clear the net, and then they try to hit it through the netman. Well, if I'm hitting the ball up to clear the net, chances are I'm going to be hitting it right to your power zone, right into where you want to hit the ball. So a lot of players have to learn that option, plan B as we call it. If I'm poaching, plan A is to hit the ball through that netman's feet, and anything above the net tape, that's what I'm going to do. But if that ball comes low, I've got to hit a second shot. This is, again, based on the ability to hit a volley on a sharp angle. It's a very easy shot when you do it correctly, and that is, if the ball comes low, all I want to do is set my angle of the racket to the sharpest angle I've got. Because remember, just like before, I've got a person back and a person close. The one shot that moves away from both those players is the angle volley. So in this case, we're going to walk through this. I'm going to try to hit a sharp angle volley. That was rather high volley, but you can see the effectiveness of hitting the sharp angle and taking that person out of the play, because any sharp angle moves that ball completely off the court, away from her and away from the netman.
Here we're going to be taking a look at how we can use the I formation to cause our opponents to hit a shot we want them to hit, or force them to hit a lower percentage shot. One thing in recreational doubles, and I'll mention this many times, is that one of the things we see players do often is stay in the same realm without taking any chances whatsoever and waiting to see what happens. Great doubles players at every level create opportunities to make their opponents either change their shot or force them to hit a shot they want them to hit, and of course looking for that shot to put the ball away. Here we're taking a look at Leander Paes serving, his partner Mashi Buffatti at the net, playing an I formation. We look at how the position where the red dot is where Buffatti would normally stand for conventional doubles. Here we now see that Buffatti moves to his left rather late to force his opponent to believe that there's an open alley, force him to hit a lower percentage shot, an easy point victory for the players. Here we're looking at the I formation again from a different angle. Now in this situation we can see how a good serve kind of forcing a weak return opens the court up for an easy volley. Here we have Bob returning serve, and he gets a little bit jammed on the forehand, and the the easiest put away of all time is sitting right in front of Leander Paes. One thing to also remember is the I formation can really create an opportunity to force your opponents to hit one shot or another. And by using signals, you can even further the advantage of the I formation by moving the netman moving to cover one side or the other. Now we have Bob and Mike at the net. We have a situation where the first volley is hit low. One of the things I like to mention, a lot of recreational players believe they should be inside the service line for the first volley. At higher and higher levels, we have a faster serve and a faster return. We're not always going to get to that service line to hit that first volley. The importance here is that the player is balanced in hitting the first volley. Most all my top doubles players and myself, when I played collegiately and even today, I do not try to rush to the net, and I don't teach my players to rush to the net. I want them to be balanced when they're hitting their first volley. If they are, they're going to be in a lot more better position to create a better first volley and allow them to get further into the net. So in this situation, we have Mike coming in with a backhand volley, hitting an inside-out volley, creating now we have both players at the net, very closed off in a wide open court. Here again, we might look at the net player on the opposing team in a very vulnerable spot. At the recreational level and even at the pro level, when both players' opponents are at the net, I would recommend this player, the net man on the opposing team, to take a little bit more defensive position rather than, as we see here, being vulnerable, not only possibly getting hit, but obviously having a very wide open cross-court volley by the Bryan brothers. Make sure you are looking at ways to start developing your opposing players, forcing them to hit shots you want them to hit by using your positioning to create these strategies. When you do this, you're starting to take on a very proactive role in creating doubles points that